There are a lot of things I wish someone had told me earlier, and I'm not talking about those motivational quotes or advices meant to calm me down. I'm talking about simple truths. The kind of truths that might hurt at first but quietly change the way you live. If you're young, these will save you time, and if you're tired, these will save you years. These are the 11 harsh life truths I wish I knew earlier, and I learned them the hard way. Number one is that nobody's coming to save you. Not the perfect opportunity, not the right timing, and not the right person who magically is going to fix your life for you. If you're waiting to be saved, you'll wait for years because it isn't going to happen. And if you wait, it will quietly rob you of your autonomy and agency to do something about it yourself. Years will pass, you feel like you're being reasonable, you feel like you're patient, but in reality, all you need to do is accept full responsibility, ultimate responsibility. And yet it comes with a lot of confrontation, so things will get heavier. But that also means things start moving because now finally you're making the decisions for yourself. Ownership isn't something that is meant to be comfortable, but it's the only thing that will lead to freedom. Not knowing number two has kept me stuck for a long time, but failure only hurts once, whereas comfort hurts slowly. Comfort is going to tell you tomorrow is better, that you might be fine where you are, and years will pass you by because you kind of feel decent. There's nothing pressing happening in your life. However, failure is the only thing that's going to give you instantly feedback on what needs to change right now. That's the gift of being willing to fail. If you stay comfortable, the only thing that's going to happen is that you're numbing awareness. So yeah, you can stay in that zone, but your life will feel empty and easy. However, that isn't peace. You're just stagnating. Life is repeating. And to break out of that cycle, you need to be willing to fail. Take that feedback and adjust accordingly. That's how life changes and that's how you grow. Number three, I used to believe that respect came from being understood. But in reality, the only way to create respect is by being consistent. Being consistent in what you allow, what you tolerate, and what you stop immediately. If you start over-explaining yourself, and I had to learn that the hard way, that's how you become negotiable. And respect is only commanded if your values, your boundaries, and what you think or don't think isn't always up for discussion. You need your own anchors and core to operate from, and that's how people can actually respect whom you are. If that's something that you have to bounce off of everyone, you're molded by them and not by yourself. Having clear boundaries removes confusion, and confusion is the place where disrespect quietly grows. Number four, this one alone could have saved me years. Advice sounds convincing when it's reasonable, when it keeps you safe, when it matches what you already believe. But the filter that a lot of people forget to apply is, why are you taking advice from someone who isn't building or living the life that you want? Yeah, maybe they have the best intentions for you or care about you and they may mean well, but advice always reflects someone's limits. Say your parents want you to take the safe path. They want you to limit risk because they're your parents. They want to make sure that you land on your feet. So if you have a wild dream, they might speak against it. Does that mean that that's the best advice for you in that moment? No, because they want the safest route where you maybe want to take some risk. Don't always think that reasonable advice is the right advice to take from reasonable people. Some other people might project their fears, compromises, and unfinished courage onto their advice and impose it onto you. Try to take advice from people who build something real, something that you're aiming for, someone who paid a price that you're willing to pay as well. And everyone else can have an opinion, consider it, but they don't get a vote. Number five is the truth that a lot of people can learn from. Being busy doesn't mean you're living a meaningful life. If you have a full calendar, that might look productive. It might look like you're doing well and moving forward constantly. But what is that work about? If everything feels urgent, nothing is important. Find your why, prioritize, and then build a strategy around those priorities. If you're trying to do everything all at once, that's not going to work. So be still. Sit there for a moment, do nothing, and it will expose what's important and what isn't. If you don't do this, people will just stay busy, but that's not because they're driven. It's because slowing down forces honesty, and that's an honesty that not everybody's willing to face. I would recommend you to face it and then go from there. Number 6, growth costs relationships. And it's not because you're worse, it's just because you're slowly becoming a different person. And there's going to be people in your life who are attached to who you were and not to who you're becoming. And the hardest lesson here is that if you try to keep everyone around, that will dilute you. So keep in mind that outgrowing people hurts, but staying small to keep them around hurts for way, way longer. Don't compromise on the standards. Don't compromise on the person whom you want to be. Keep growing and you'll find your people on the other side of that coin. Number 7 is one that I wished I knew earlier. Most self-consciousness is just wasted energy because people are wrapped into their own fears, their own insecurities and problems. People don't care about you. That might sound depressing, but actually it's quite freeing. If you feel self-conscious and you're not willing to do the thing that you love most or aspiring to do or your ambition because you feel like people will judge you for it, go ahead and do it because nobody will remember what you're doing or care about what you're doing anyway. Don't wait for permission to live. The only thing that you need is the courage to do so. And that's where life begins. I know it feels like all eyes are on you, but the only eyes that are on you are yours. You're scrutinizing so heavily because you know exactly what's on the outside and inside of you, and every detail that you can nitpick, you're nitpicking. But other people are just doing the same thing with themselves. People are too wrapped in their own egos and their own being to have time to remember what you're doing or focus on what you're doing. So just go ahead and do it. You don't need permission. You have it. Go. Number 8, motivation follows action and is the only order of things. It doesn't happen the other way around. So waiting to feel motivated is asinine. It's one of the most reliable ways to stay stuck. Action creates clarity. Clarity creates momentum. And momentum creates motivation. Because then you have the wind in your sails. Then you're going twice as hard, 3 times as hard, and feels like nothing. But that only happened because you took the action and you created that flow state, not the other way around. The first step is always going to feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is something that you shouldn't take as a warning. It's confirmation that you're doing something that matters. So do that thing and the motivation will come after. Number 9 is where people fight a hidden war in their lives and they don't even know it. Your willpower can't win from your environment. So change the room, change the people, change the inputs. Your surroundings will shape your behavior whether you like it or not. Your intentions won't win. So either accept the outcomes that the environment produces right now or change the environment and have better outcomes. It's that simple. That isn't weakness. It's just being real. It is what it is. So better use it to your advantage. If your room is cluttered, your house is cluttered, your mind will be as well. If you want to lose weight and you have a kitchen full of cookies, that will be your demise. You're going to have 1, you're going to have 2, and over time, that's all calories added and detracting from your goal. Change your environment and it will change your outcome. Number 10, apologies don't require self-destruction. This took me a while to learn. You'll hurt people, then you'll hurt some more. You'll make mistakes, and you'll make some more. Own them, apologize, change your behavior. The only thing you need to do, grow. But don't convince yourself that you need to owe people your self-respect. Don't compromise on your standards. Don't lower them. Don't think you need to shrink yourself to apologize. Don't think you need to let things slide that you never should have. I did that once, and all it did was make me resentful towards myself. I lost respect for myself. The only apology is owning it and growing from it. Anything beyond that is just guilt pretending to be responsibility, and that's where you never should be in your life, so avoid it. And number 11 is last but certainly not least, if you don't choose a direction, life will choose one for you. Drifting is a decision. Indecision is a decision. If you don't choose what you're building, life will fill that space for you. It needs to be intentional. Otherwise, you have bills, distractions, and obligations that you never questioned. Direction doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be intentional. Know what you're building towards and know what you're doing. Because a chosen hard life is lighter than an accidental one. Man, trust me, I learned most of these the hard way, so you don't have to. Let me know in the comments which of these truths you needed the most. Take what applies, leave what doesn't, but don't ignore the discomfort. Take it, see it for what it is, and grow from it. Because that's where change actually starts. Like this video, subscribe, see you in the next one.